What up? What up? What up? Happy Hump Day to ya, Winner's Circle folks. Welcome, welcome. Boom. And boom. Got this shit down, baby. Well, what's up, everyone? Happy Hump Day to ya. And go do not disturb. Got ourselves yet another exciting Wednesday. Midweek chillin'. Alright. Party time, yes sir. I'm feeling loose. Got 2 dubs on the day already. In warm-up games, there were duos games with Mr. Sam. But feeling loose, feeling ready to get her going here, so yeah. You weren't on, homeboy? Sorry. I should have texted you. We played like 45 minutes. Like up until right now, basically. So it wasn't a too terribly long sesh. I'm gonna be playing the rest of the night though, even after the stream, because after today I'm probably not gonna be on Xbox for the next 7 or 8 days. So let me know if you want to play. May even do another combo stream if you guys are open to it. We'll see. But since I'm not gonna be playing, I gotta get the time in, gotta get the content. I hit a ridiculous bow headshot late game on our first dub. Dude was like sprint jumping, like hurdling like that. 207 straight to the dome. I'll have to send it to you or something. One joke about your dancing video and this is what I get. Yeah, you should know better. It's a very sensitive topic for me. Am I gonna play the new Harry Potter game on stream? I almost definitely will, yes. I think that would be really fun. That might be a great, like, Wednesday thing to do. Because I don't know much about the game yet, but I would assume it's a bit more chill, at least than solo queuing Fortnite lobbies. So, yeah, from what I've seen so far, it looks awesome. I love Harry Potter, so there is a very, very strong chance that I will be streaming that game, yes. I don't know where I want to go. Well, hot drop. Hot-ish, at least. I've done pretty decent at this place recently. RPG, great for chatting. Is it multiplayer? I was told at one point, and maybe I just misheard or I'm misremembering or something. I thought someone told me that it was an MMO. Like you're a Harry Potter character in like an MMO type thing. Okay, gotcha. So it's just a solo, like no co-op or anything. Bummer. That's okay though, like you said, that'd be great for the Wednesdays. Good way to switch things up. Jumping on a game train early is, you know, probably good for the exposure and the viewership and whatnot. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I haven't played this game yet, let me check it out. Aaron's streaming it. So, yeah, I think it'd be fun. It's been a long time since I've played an RPG type game also. So, yeah, we'll probably be doing that. Yep. And at least as of yet, less angry, LOL. Yeah, absolutely. Comes out the 10th. Yeah, 10th. Yep. show. I hope it's a good game, but it certainly sounds exciting. Alright, I'll come back for the brick later. I need to make sure that there are people up in here. Going on my loot. Where are you? Oh, there was like nobody that dropped here. This is actually kind of nice. Maven. I think there are, those splash barrels in here. That is not helpful. Okay, I'm gonna try to get in here. Fight what we are fighting. Ow. Definitely real players. Definitely. A lot of bots today. I am all about it. I'm hoping for a lot of bots. I'm just gonna... No, I guess I don't even need them because I don't need to rotate. I'll just do it quick. Sure. No, dang it. It gives your position away so bad. I hate stuff like this. Okay. Got this. There are more heals. Well, maybe I'm... Oh, that was right. Been rocking this loadout recently, and it's worked out alright. So stick with that. Sure, got everything. Oh shoot! I should have hit those. Bummer. Should be okay now to go ahead and count this. Take me to the skies. Looking like a Flintstones today. Nice, right on, man. Yeah, have fun at the gym. Get that pump in. See you Saturday. I'm excited. Gonna be a banger of a weekend, that's for sure. Heavy shot. Wow. Useless. All of it. Might as well carry this. I'll probably get minis out of here somewhere. Okay, that is helpful. Let's see what's in this vending machine real quick. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Alright, cool. So I am going to... Nimbus. And... Melee. And I think there was gold. Where was that at? Back here? Yeah. Dope. Got an augment to use here. This might actually turn out to be a decent game. Famous last words, of course, but pretty stacked already. That helps. Get into our topic of discussion here in a few. Just kind of want to get situated, make sure this area is cleared, make sure that I'm stacked and set up for success. Yes. Scare the crap out of me, sir. I'm gonna try to just basically get full brick here while I have time. Actually a decent amount at this landing spot. I like that. What's Saturday? Saturday is the Excision concerts. Well, Saturday is an Excision concert, but Excision's doing 2 nights here in Denver this weekend. My buddy is coming in from Indiana tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna go club in tomorrow night and then hit the concerts Friday night and Saturday night. So, and then the Super Bowl. It's gonna just be an overall solid weekend. Wow, yeah, there's so much loot here. I can't believe more people didn't land here this time. It's usually a lot hotter. We don't question. That was about the last thing I needed. Nice. Cool. Let's just get that rounded up. Knock this out. Both of these are assault rifle related, so those are no interest. Yes, the shotgun siphon. It's a must. Oh my goodness, I'm far. It shouldn't be too intensive here for the next couple. So yeah, anyway, so the topic for today is Alan Watts. So I kind of hinted at this a couple of weeks ago. Alan Watts is kind of probably considered a philosopher, but just a kind of anti-Western, if you will, philosopher, where not that he's against Western countries, but he challenges a lot of the ways that we as Westerners, as in like the Western part of the globe, think, and like how some of our society stuff works. So he's definitely probably very controversial. In America, a lot of people probably would completely disagree with a lot of stuff that he says, and people would probably call him a hippie and all kinds of other stuff. But and I certainly don't agree with everything he says or subscribe to everything that he says. But there are a lot of things that he talks about that have been helpful for me mentally. Just because Western life can be very stressful. We are a very productive society, but very productive focused, which can be bad. So yeah, somebody like Alan Watts would say that, America focuses too much on productivity and not enough on quality of life or the environment or happiness and stuff like that. And I would certainly agree with a lot of that to a certain extent. It's certainly a dangerous game to play, because living in Western society, it's like, it's kind of society's rules to a certain degree, but let's see, is there a guy in here? I would assume so, but I'm trying to confirm before I waste one of these. Oh shoot. It's gonna be all up on me. I gotta go a bit anyways. But yeah, so I'll just be talking about some of the concepts from Alan Watts tonight that I agree with, and some things that were helpful for me mentally, and all that jazz. I listen to a lot of his content nowadays. And have for quite a while, so I've got a decent amount of it digested. In the meantime, we are top 10 here, so I'm going to focus up. here. I've actually got an Alan Watts chill step mix going in the background here. Chill step is just real relaxed. I would say maybe dubstep, but it's not really. Like, it's very, very calm and very the opposite of aggressive, which is normally what people would associate with dubstep, or dubstep with. Okay, I need to get up in here and get some cover. This will work until this closes in a little. Actually, I'm going to get up on top of here. I want to get involved in some of this. Or at least take inventory of where everybody's at. I really lucked out on these rotations, honestly. Okay. It's fighting there. Is that 3 fighting there? Another one, yep, from the back. I'm not even gonna do that. Get my position away for nothing. I think this guy's matting up. Top 5? Oh, am I still in? Oh, I think I'm not in. Which is okay. This at least keeps me set for the next minute. Is he in the bush? Everybody's got these slurp canisters. Slurp jug guns, whatever you want to call them. Oh, I really want to push, but I gotta be smart. And these guys have been going at it. There's gotta be a guy in that building down there. Okay, there goes down one. There goes one, I guess. Okay. Where's this guy shooting rockets? Oh shoot. Somebody's landing up here. Not pushing away yet. Although I might have. All these trees are really making it difficult. I'm gonna have to go. Okay. I'm gonna try to pile on this kid. There's nobody behind me. Should be good, okay. If I see them start fighting, I'm gonna party the heck out of them. Homie's matting up over there. Probably shouldn't be out in the open here. Okay. a little boring, but I'm trying to play smart here. Trying to get this dub. Not quite to the point where I can just full send every person and guarantee that I'm gonna win. Everybody's straight turtled right now. Okay. It's probably right down here below me. There's one other player here still, so gotta be careful. Okay, I bet there's one in that brick over there, and then this kid. Ah, shoot, forgot I had the Kame and not the Deku. That's unfortunate. It's so hard to aim for whatever reason. I just suck, maybe. There heals back here. There was, okay. Oh boy. This is unfortunate. Damn it. Close. I could tell I was likely outmatched in this. Look at this. Bummer. Shouldn't have gone for the Kame, which is what made me take 47 damage. Also probably should have been a little smarter about rushing for those heals. Oh well, third place, not a bad start. No, a bad start. Oh, goodness. Be back in 2 seconds here. Okay. So, topic of discussion. Alan Watts. Nice. So yeah, like I mentioned a little bit ago, Alan Watts is kind of like an anti-Western philosopher, and I think that he has a lot of good points and a lot of sound, opinions about why us Westerners do some very silly things. I'd say a couple of his big topics in general is he talks a lot about societal pressure. So just pressure that we put on each other for things like getting married and making a lot of money and working a lot and religion pressure on your behavior and you shouldn't do this, you should do this, blah blah blah. So he just challenges a lot of establishment stuff, I suppose. Which again is very much not a popular topic, and I try not to full send on a lot of his ideas because otherwise it'd probably be homeless or like a monk or a priest or something like that. But I think he does have a lot of good things to say and has helped me at least fight some of my wrestling with Western society and some of, again, the pressure and the stress. I mean, he's a very, very calming person. His voice and also what he talks about. So a lot of times if I'm, all wound up from a day of corporate sales, he can kind of help unwind some of that, ground me and get me back to just being a human being as opposed to being a cog in the wheel and a salesman and stressing about stuff. So most certainly has helped me on an individual basis, I would say. Like you know, when I am stressing out, I can go to his content and calm down. But also in general, like not while I am not watching, some of that stuff has stuck with me and has helped me just kind of think better in a more healthy way, I suppose, about my day-to-day life and whatnot. So really been a big player for me ever since COVID, just shaping my mind and staying calm and enjoying life, as opposed to being, you know, tight wound and stressed out all the time and whatnot. Hey, how are you? Okay. Is that a pistol? It is. Let's see if I do this. This. No, that. This. And I've got a decent lineup shape of it already. Need a better shotgun. Beyond that, not too shabby. Oh, nice. There we go. So yeah, a bit more in depth on what the heck I'm actually talking about. So a couple of specifics that I'll start with from some of the Alan Watts content that I have digested is he very much talks a ton about you know, being calm and not letting things stress you out, which is easier said than done, of course, but one of the ways that he puts that, and one of the big things that I kind of latched onto early on and was like, I really like that, is he has this phrase that he did a lecture on, and it's all part of the great dance. And, or the grand dance, maybe, something like that. And what he means by that is, you know, trying to take things when shit goes awry, chalking it up to it's just part of the great dance, you know, like it's just another high or low of life. And me being a dancer, I really liked that because dancing changes a lot, you know, like the pace of the dance, the style of the dance, yada yada, but it's all different. And you know, I've always told people, like, I don't care if you're a good dancer or not, you should still do it. It's still fun. Like, everybody dances in their own way, and like, I'm not one to judge, like, oh, you suck at dancing. Like, if you're having a good time, then who cares? So, you know, just dance it up, baby. I probably should have gone AR like this kid. Oh, shoot. Where the heck was he? There we go. Nice. And snag those. Nice. And use these. Do I do it? Yeah, I think honestly, in these higher up building lobbies, when you hit, you've got to hit hard. So, having a bow that hits, you know, for at least 80, I trust a little more than an AR that hits for, you know, 20, 30 at a time. Not check to see if that guy had a better shotgun. Can you run, please? Know why I'm pulling up my inventory? Dang it. Get me out of here. Oh, shoot. Bummer. 5 kills already with a Maven. GG. He definitely was, definitely me. That's right. Shouldn't have missed that shotgun shot. But anyway, so, alright, cool. Geralt, we like that. I'm gonna try to finish this tonight. Page 1 quests. Defeat a boss. Okay. Emote in the Citadel Throne. Melee weapon damage to opponents. I bet you that counts for animals too. So I'm gonna drop with the intent of knocking some of these out. But yeah, anyway, so again, one of the big things I first latched onto with Alan Watts is it's all part of the Great Dance, and it stuck with me again because I'm a dancer, and a lot of times when you know, I kind of get into something that is stressful or it pisses me off or, you know, makes me a little bit upset or whatever, that little phrase pops into my head pretty often. So I like it, you know, it's cute. Another one. See, this isn't really like a phrase or like a quote, but I really was never exposed much to this concept called grounding. And I mentioned this on one of my earlier streams. Grounding is like a way in the moment to focus on the present and get out of your head where I'm sitting in a chair, the chair's soft, the chair is black, the wall is tan. Looking at a TV screen, there are a lot of colors, you know, Fortnite's a colorful game, there are a lot of colors on here. Wow, look at the colors. It just kind of gets you to focus on what's in front of you as opposed to whatever might be going on in your head. And he was actually the first exposure that I had to grounding in a song. A decent amount of EDM songs feature snippets of his lectures, and there's a song that, you know, I heard during COVID. It's essentially, the lyrics, if I remember correctly, are: the easiest way to get into the meditative state is to begin by listening. Just listen to the sounds, something along those lines, and it's just, you know, kind of close your eyes and listen to what's going on around you. There might be a fan whirring, there might be cars revving or honking in the background. Just kind of get yourself into the present by listening to the sounds of the world, if you will. And I've used that a lot. I had never really, you know, I was exposed to like deep breathing and stuff like that in college when some class I was in was giving us stress management tactics. Oh, I need to get over here and try to focus on quests. But outside of just basic stress management, like breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, which that one's helpful, but grounding is another level to that. And he talks a lot in his lectures about, you know, getting immersed in the present, getting out of your head, getting out of these loops of letting, you know, society stress you out on, like, bills and, you know, work when you're not at work, and, you know, keeping up with the Joneses, maybe, if you will, which basically just like, you know, keeping up materialistically with the rest of society is what that phrase kind of means. But yeah, and I struggle with a lot of that stuff, so having a strategy to manage some of that was very helpful. He talks a lot about, you know, just get out of your head, get in the present, be more focused on what's going on around you. And, like I said, very, very helpful concepts for me with my overly stimulated brain 24/7. Yeah, grounding is a very common concept. It's not like Alan Watts is one of the only people that talk about it. It's like a therapy strategy. So, you know, if you're the type of person that gets worked up and stressed out easily, it could be something worth researching. Trying to think some more stress management type of things before I move on. He does talk a lot about, like, Western or Eastern religion type stuff, like Buddhism and Taoism, and there are parts of some of that stuff that I agree with, and I have taken, you know, little tips and tricks here. I don't really participate in religion, so I try to filter some of that and just be like, all right, I like this. I'll listen to and remember that. I don't like that. I'm gonna forget, you know, that little part that he was talking about. But I think that's healthy in any sort of like lecture, speaker type of person, is you don't just want to take everything they say as gospel and treat it as, you know, God's word, holy word. But I think from anybody you can learn something. So I heard once when I was going to a lot of motivational conferences and such, is you can treat those types of seminars and lectures and things like that like a buffet. I like this, I'll take that. I don't like that, I'm gonna leave that one on the line. Keep on moving. Okay, I like that. Cool. Nope, don't like that. But I think that if you either full send a speaker or full block, like if you're like, oh, that guy talks about Buddhism, I'm not listening to that. Like, okay, fine, that's your decision to make, but, you know, you can, again, I think you can learn from pretty much everybody, if you have an open mind. So I would encourage you to do that and not just drown things out because you disagree with one thing they have to say. Yeah, I've also really liked, again, some of the things that he's discussed in his lectures that I've listened to, about just countering how we view, again, people in society here in the U.S. You know, we are very old school, traditional, which is part of the reason that, you know, the U.S. is the way that it is, in a good way. But I think that a lot of how we force feed people and force people to think is not good. If I remember right, there was a locker back here that had, I wonder if I can pickaxe frogs. I'm gonna try this out. Hey, you. Does that count? Does that count? Is it gonna give me the tick? Quests. Nope. Dang. Okay, at least not frogs. Good to know. Worth a shot. Man, in solos, like, how the heck am I supposed to do player damage? I can't even hit people when they're knocked because they just insta-die. It's unfortunate. I'll take this, and I need to go get both of them. Actually, I'm going to go back to this. I think there was a gold thunder in one of these lockers back here. Welcomed with open arms in my book. Go, 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 go. Oh, shoot. Nice. Doing it. Hell yeah. Could really use a burst rifle, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it here in a minute. Okay. Go up here, knock this down. Check doubly. Slurp juice is back, ladies and gents. I'm gonna just carry that because honestly, I don't think one mini is gonna do me a whole lot of good. But yeah, back to Alan Watts. So I would agree with him that we live in a very stress-inducing country. You know, it's why we have advanced, I think, so far in, you know, technology and in GDP and all that stuff. So it's not like it's all bad, but in today's day and age where so much of stuff is technology based, you know, manual labor is not near as common as it once was in the US. Like, humans weren't meant to live in front of a screen. So when we spend a lot of time in front of screens and also get stressed out about a lot of these, you know, again, income-based things where it's like, I've got to make a lot of money because I've got to do a lot of this stuff and maintain this lifestyle. And even some of the stuff that we have adopted as norm, like insurance on everything, and, you know, technology and just consumerism as a whole. We force ourselves to make a lot more money than we really need to make. Like, if we just cave on a couple of these things and stop focusing so much time, effort, energy, etc. on these things that aren't necessities. Like, I have a life insurance policy. Is a life insurance policy a necessity? No. Is it important? Sure. I think it was a good, you know, financial move, and I don't necessarily regret it or anything, but is it necessary for me to have a life insurance policy, especially in a point in my life where I'm single? No. And that just adds to my expenses, which can add to the financial stress of, you know, your day-to-day. So stuff like that, and, you know, I often fall into the trap of buying a very new phone. I usually try to get at least 2 years out of a phone, but I try to keep up with people on having a nice phone just because I like to. When, again, it's not necessary, and all that potentially does is add more unnecessary stress to my day-to-day. Where you at, bud? There you are. Please don't shoot me. The heels over here. There are. Go, 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 go. Run, you idiot! I'm sorry, purple bitch. I didn't mean it. No, 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 no. Don't do that. No shoosting. Whee! Need to get in here and get some heals. Like here. Anyways, back to Alan Watts. So, Alan Watts just really kind of preaches that, you know, you should try your best to resist some of those urges and focus more on getting your your life satisfaction from other more healthy areas like nature and, you know, positivity and stuff like that. And I think those are, again, while I certainly don't full send that mindset, I do want to be successful, and, you know, I've got goals for myself and whatnot, so I want to make sure I'm hitting those. But sometimes if I'm getting worked up, listening to his content is a good reminder to, like, take a step back and de-stress if I can tell that I'm stressing myself out over something that's not worth stressing. I really liked getting exposed to Alan Watts because a lot of this stuff is how I think. I mean, I have always been a fairly success-driven person, but I also am very much a people-first type of guy. So, like, I don't care what, you know, it might be costing a company or whatever. Like, ooh, good shot. I don't really care what, you know, it costs a company. Like, if I think if somebody needs a mental health day, take it. Get out of here, you know? Come back when you're feeling better. And that's probably why I'm a territory manager and not a sales manager, is because I probably would be too grace-giving in that sort of way. But, it was nice to have somebody reinforce some of those things that I kind of believe, if you will. It's like, that's not usually, especially being a business student and sales. Shit, 11 kills. It's not a very popular opinion, you know, be people driven, focus a lot on mental health. And show up, you know, stress yourself out, succeed, and then celebrate. That's kind of how the sales world is, at least. And a lot of other businesses, I'm sure, too. I don't think that that's healthy. I think it is important to work hard and, again, be successful and whatnot, but not at the expense of your mental health. So it's nice to have somebody confirm, like, I'm not just crazy, and I'm not the only person that thinks this way. And, you know, again, he kind of challenges Western society as a whole, where it's the way the system is set up is designed. You know, capitalism. I'm not an anti-capitalist. I'm not part of Antifa. But capitalism, most certainly, to the extent that we have taken it, places far too much value on numbers and not enough on, you know, people. And at the end of the day, like, who cares about GDP if everybody's miserable, right? So, it was just good to get an outside perspective, a non-Western perspective. I was really big in motivational speakers for a while, and a lot of them do talk a lot about mental health, but they're also grind, 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 go, go, go. You can, you know, achieve all of your financial goals and yada, 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 and buy a big house and whatever else. And over time, I kind of was like, you know what? The most important thing to me, personally, in life is not to be rich. So it was good to have kind of a counter to that, because I was very conditioned to a capitalistic way of thinking. I'm going to land Citadel. It's probably going to be hot, but I need to try to kill this boss. I don't think there is another boss on the map right now. we'll see how this goes. So yeah, if that sort of thing interests you, and you know, you're open to maybe reshaping a little bit of how you think and how you look at the world, I would absolutely encourage everyone, honestly, to at least check out Alan Watts. It might not stick, maybe it does, but I think that he offers a very good perspective for a lot of today's, you know, mental struggles, a lot of things that people deal with consistently mentally nowadays. He offers advice and maybe some potential solutions. Bet you everybody going for this right now. I do not have the loadout. Woo! Whoops. Oh boy. How did he see me? I wonder if he maybe capped that territory and had me marked or something. I don't know. Or maybe he could clearly see me. Hey, nice. Alright, BRB, using the restroom real quick. Alright, wow, this hour, almost hour, has flown by. I'm going to give up on the Geralt challenges right now because I am killing that boss and also doing melee damage in solos is like impossible. So I'm going to have to wait till maybe later tonight if I'm playing team games with anybody to knock a couple of those out. I think I could probably knock a couple of these out. Emote at the Citadel. I don't even want to land there. Defeat a boss. Complete bounties. I can absolutely do that one. Okay, cool. That is what I will focus on for this next game. Yeah, a little bit more on the capitalism Alan Watts topic. I think that his big point is, you know, we kind of put ourselves in a box trying to keep up with everybody, and everybody's different, you know. Every situation's different. What people's interests and what they're trying to accomplish is different. So to preach that old school American, you know, the American dream of nice car, nice job, big house, family, picket fence, all that jazz, like, I think that that's not what everybody wants. So to kind of force feed that is like, this is the way, is not healthy. I think, again, I'm a very success-driven person, but my picture of success just looks different than everybody else's. So I think his point is kind of more get out of the box that that Western society, you know, kind of tries to place us in, and do what makes you happy, right? You know, like career-wise and activity-wise and things like that. It should be more based on what you want to do as opposed to what you're told is the right, you know, approach to how you should set your life up and whatnot. Okay, there is a bounty board at Lonely Labs. That's good. I think that's probably the best option for me on this bus. So yeah, focus more on, you know, what you're trying to accomplish as opposed to what you are told you should accomplish. And that was a big one for me. Obviously, like, being in the sales and the business world my entire career, I'm around a lot of people that have a family and like have some of those goals that they've either accomplished or, you know, they kind of try to project on people a little bit. So I was exposed to that a pretty good amount, and I mean, at least on the single thing, it's like you don't really have control over that, right? Nobody can snap their fingers and just meet their soulmate and settle down. So I think that, oh boy, there are a ton of people here. Yeah, switch that. That, we'll go here and here. I'm just gonna pop this because I know I will need shield. I think there are canisters in one of these other rooms. Nice shotgun. Yeah, right. See, again, it was good. It was refreshing to have that challenged for me. Have somebody kind of confirm that, like, you know, I don't have to do what everybody else says. Oh, come on. Where'd he go? Are you serious? Homeboy has like 4 HP. Pop 2 of these. That. Loot this. Should probably be running. All I have on this. Nice. Also nice. Even nicer. Okay, unlimited sprint. Oh boy. Yeah, I see you up there. Give me the loot. Now you're down here. Oh no. Build the wall! Why wasn't it building a wall? Build the wall! Damn it! Place everything else that I didn't need except for the one thing that was protecting me. I should have just popped up there and shot him as opposed to building and staying on his level. That was silly of me. Probably get one more game of Fortnite in here and then pop over to Rocket League. I needed a bounty. Gotta focus on the bounty. So yeah, to wrap that up, again, I just think it's important to create your own picture for success, and also to, you know, focus on what makes you happy. I was force-fed the college dream when I was younger and realized, like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be in sales. And I actually kind of enjoy working with my hands, so, you know, probably should have gone to trade school or something like that. Or not even trade school. I could have straight up just gone from high school into sales. I had coworkers at one of my previous jobs that were fresh out of high school and made, you know, about as much as I did being a college grad. And they're like 19 years old. Just straight banking all that money. They had 4 extra years of income and also 4 less years of expense because they didn't have to pay for college. So yeah, I definitely try to preach, you know, the create your own picture and do what's best for you, not what someone tells you is best for you. There are tons of people that, you know, don't have college debt and go into, just relevant to Colorado, like being a snowboard instructor or ski instructor or something, and they love it. And they make decent money, and they don't have student debt. As long as you take care of your money from an early age, you can easily, you know, make up for that and get life experience that can still put you in a position where you could get a more corporate type job if you want one. But find your own way, right? Another big thing that Alan Watts challenges a lot of for us Westerners is the root of religion and so much of how our society is structured. You know, one example would be like laws and things like that. That religion-based people think are a good idea for people that, you know, want to abide by a certain way of thinking, but I think that it's dangerous to make an entire society abide by your opinion. I mean, I was raised Baptist. I went to a Baptist high school, very, very rule-based, and, you know, I would say borderline controlling in some regard. I'm just gonna pop this. I don't even know what it does exactly, but try to break this guy's floor out. There you go. Missed. There you go. So yeah, Baptist is just very, you know, opinionated, I guess is a good way to put it. Very opinionated, you know, way of thinking. In my opinion, very judgmental, where it's, you know, you abide by my rules or I judge you or think differently about you. I suck. Give me this. I don't like that gun at all. Okay, I need to focus on getting a bounty. So yeah, me coming from, you know, a Baptist upbringing, it was, again, nice to have a counter to some of that. Not that there's anything wrong with Baptists, certainly don't, you know, mishear me. But, for me at least, I don't really think like a Baptist, so, nice, open this, very nice. These new challenges have just dumped a ton of new XP in the game. Hey, calm down. Oh no. Oh shoot. Oh man, I hit that headshot. It didn't even hit that much. Maybe it's because it was gray. A lot of these turbo builders are really loving the Maven shotgun these days, which is kind of surprising. but I think maybe if you're hitting all your shots, it is, you know, superior to some of the other ones, just because it shoots faster. Alright, I'm going to get one more game in here. I'm going to try to drop it at a really remote spot that has a bounty. And try to get that knocked out at least. But yeah, so Alan Watts kind of challenges, again, the religion that's rooted in so many things. An example of that is, well, I guess there are kind of some conflicting opinions about this, but like, I was gonna say how Indiana used to not sell alcohol on Sundays, but once I thought more about that, I think there was actually a economic reason for that, not necessarily just religion-based. But yeah, a lot of the laws and just things that we have in place here in America are very, you know, Christian or Roman Catholic rooted. And, you know, again, I just don't think it's necessarily, everybody's entitled to their own beliefs, and I'm certainly not hating on any certain belief. It's more of just me thinking that we should leave things up to people's opinions and not force feed them, again, a certain way of thinking, or all that jazz. So, let's see here. Where's a really remote one? I'll go back there behind Faulty Sports. Hopefully this goes well. See, again, it was refreshing to hear, like, oh, I'm not the only person that thinks this way. Thinks that we should maybe do things a little bit differently, right? So, some of his lectures have kind of helped me challenge some of that stuff on my own. And kind of think, again, more as an individual and less as, like, how somebody wants me to think. I don't know if there'll be anybody out here. This chest is too enticing. Pass up. Go, go, go. I hate that. It's stupid. This whole season, I swear, like, the sliding is just bugged constantly. Oh boy. That was close. Okay, I'm gonna pop this. Quickly. Nice. That is. It's weird that, like, my sword has, like, this light around it. It keeps throwing me off. I think I can probably, yeah, get up here. The stairs. Give me all that. Give me this. I'll take those. And a hammer. Ooh, alright, well this is definitely welcome to open arms. Hammer or not. Please. Nope. It's alright. Boom. Alright, where's my bounty board? Here it is. Yeah, it was already in here. Oh, he's out here. Somewhere. Where is this kid? Ah. Keeps getting stuck, apparently. Alright. Oh, come on. Get the shot. Alright. should leave this other guy open. Oh, come on. Come on! No! Trash gun. Come on. Thank you. Zone. Might as well do some fishing. Gone fishing. There's no fishing spots over here. I'm not gonna pick up any. Here, fishy, fishy. Yeah. That would be very helpful if I didn't already have a purple one. Let's see if I can get a different AR. That would be very helpful. Yep, there we go. Yeah. Siphon, yeah. Go, go, go. Okay. I want to say that I dropped minis back here. Yeah, it was for the fishing pole, I think. Go grab those. Or it was maybe splashes. Is there any other fishing in the vicinity? That's crazy. Whoa! Very nice. Put that up here on the beach. So anyways, definitely again enjoyed just some of the alternate perspective that I got and still get from Alan Watts regarding the whole religion thing. Which again, don't take my words out of context. I'm not saying there's any problem with religion, but my exposure to religion, in particular, again with it being Baptist, I mean it is what it is. I always been a very independent person, and most certainly kind of got turned off to everything simply based on the control that that it attempted to place on, you know, people in those circles and whatnot. So I like to be a free thinker, a free doer, do my own thing, do what I want to do. Which isn't always the right thing, I suppose. You know, I gotta admit that, but at least for me, I would much rather something be my idea as opposed to being told, do this because I told you to, or do this because I told you it's right. I'm more of a, I don't want to agree with that. Please hit him. This guy is very low. Is he? Oh. I thought he was still in here. He looked like a gig of sweat, so I am honestly fine with him running away. Also probably means he's gonna re-engage at some point, so switch to brick. A little more bricked up. Yeah, I yoinked his kill too, LOL. Sorry. He's probably flying back in right now. Yep. Dude, get out of my face. Woo! See ya, brother. Nice try. Bye-bye, Bob the Turbo Builder. God, that feels good. Alright. I need to figure out what I'm going to do for heals. Really don't want to be just playing around out here. But I bet you he had some heals that I could use. Did. I need to hurry, I need to hurry, I need to hurry, I need to hurry. Go, 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 go. Okay, I'm gonna pick those back up. Actually, well, double actually. I'm gonna pop this. And pick up this. Okay. Now I'm stacked. Okay, done with the augments for this game. Now there was a guy hammering around over here. Oh, I'm so hyped I killed that kid. That's what's up. Oh, it's the fan. I was like, is there little bot things down here? Okay, minis. Don't care about territory right now because it's decent. I don't want to get stuck in there. Give me those. Back here and get these. Don't care about that. I really like a blue pistol. Anybody? No? No? Nobody. Full SMG ammo. Alright, we're sitting fairly pretty here. 7 players left. Let's see if we can end the Fortnite portion of this stream with a dub. Let me go upgrade this. That should do it. Need to be ready to move here in a sec. Come on, at least give me the top 5. Hopefully these kids, one of them dies here. My hands are sweating. Palms are sweating. Hands shaking. Oh, headshot! Ooh, somebody's capping. Nice. Good kill. Give me all that. Make sure he didn't have any splasheroonies. Is there any in here? Nope. Nope, gotta go. Alright. This could be a big one. Three other players. Saw some shooting, so it means somebody's probably fighting. I'm gonna take my time rotating in here. Okay. Shooting over there. He's dead. Oh no. Shoot. I gotta get the heck out of here. I don't like that fight at all. Especially after he just obliterated that kid and now is clapping me. Okay. 4 seconds and then I can launch up. Cut it up here. Oh no. Where's high ground? Where's high ground? Please build better. Oh god. Ridiculous. I can't even touch him. That's enough of that. Not bad. 3rd place, 6 kills. At least it didn't completely get dumpstered in that fight as well, so I'm satisfied with how the evening has gone Fortnite-wise. Okay, got that completed. Let's go. So I just need to do boss, melee weapons, emote in the Citadel, so it doesn't sound too difficult to knock out as long as I'm not in a solo lobby. Oh goodness. So yeah, just to wrap up a little bit of the last Alan Watts related topic. You know, Alan Watts talks very much, again, kind of on like the Buddhist I think Taoism is technically what he identifies as religion-wise. And I definitely don't subscribe to that. I don't really subscribe to any sort of organized religion or any sort of major belief. I just kind of have my own little makeup of what I think. And he's definitely kind of helped unwind some of the winding that being raised Baptist did. Again, there's nothing wrong with being Baptist. There's nothing wrong with raising people Baptist. It just was not a good fit for me and my personality, and the types of things that I like to do is very restrictive. So, you know, Alan Watts definitely kind of preaches more of a, not unrestricted, but a more open-minded, you know, more less organized approach, less organized and structured approach to just kind of how you think and see the world and such. So, big fan of that sort of thing. All right, cool. I'm going to pop over to Rocket League here. It'll take me 60 seconds to switch my controllers over, so I will be right back. We'll get close to an hour, maybe over. We'll see how it goes. We'll get some Rocket League games in there and call her a day. So, be right back. All right, sweet. I'm going to warm up super quick. Still trying to dial this controller in. It's funny how big of a difference that makes when you're you know, used to playing with. That's funny because I mean I pretty much learned Fortnite and Rocket League on a PlayStation, so obviously you can get adjusted to a different thing, but it's crazy how much in the short term that a thing like a controller's change can affect your just how it feels and, you know, your ability to execute, I guess. Yeah, give me that. Nice. Alright, screw it. Let's just dive in. I'm low ranked right now, so my lobbies should be a little easy. We'll see if that rings true or not, but... Anyway, so to kind of sort of wrap up the topic for tonight, if that sort of thing interests you, or if you are someone who, like me, gets stressed out from the ways of the world in the US, or I mean it could be any country just depending on your situation, but definitely would recommend checking out Alan Watts' lectures. There are tons of them on YouTube, and he's got like you know, he's passed away, of course. He's probably, I don't know, 20 years or so has been, but go in. Dang, I should have waited longer on that. Did hesitate a little bit, but if you're interested in that sort of thing, then check him out. I'm a big fan. You just might find something in there, maybe even something different than what I enjoy about him that you like. It has most certainly helped me calm down some late nights. I listen to a lot of his lectures, like when I'm going to sleep. And then if I'm, you know, if I'm worked up or if I'm in a mood where I want to listen to something like that, then I kick it on. I could have gone up for a wall pinch on that. Shoulda, woulda. Touch there, good touch here maybe. Oh shoot, trying to pass it, didn't know my dude was right there. My dog. Dunked. Is that my work phone ringing? Yes. You there, somebody? Ah! You got me with that flip. Oh no. Bail out, bail out, bail out. Missed. So did he. Let's go. Alright guys, let's not stay on top of each other here. Should be a good pass. Nice! Love those wall passes. Good play there. We like those. So yeah, check them out. Challenge your way of thinking. I think it's good to do in any regard. Just don't get locked into, you know, one in particular truth. You know, be open-minded to hearing other perspectives, and you know, it might help you. Might learn something. Get out of here, boy. Oh boy. Nice try. Oh yeah! Give me that wall pinch, baby. Sorry, teammate. You there? Oh. Good chip. Nice. Another pass off the wall. They weren't ready for it that time. Haha. Like an easy first game. I think I might be hearing like the apartment next to me or something. The phone vibrating. Crazy. And for any of you fellow EDM lovers out there, I bet you've heard Alan Watts' voice before and didn't know who it was. So I'd be interested to hear if that ends up being the case for anyone. Like, oh, this guy? I didn't know it was him. I think is probably his most popular feature is Enzo's song Overthinker. Go in. That is Alan Watts' voice featured on that song, believe it or not. He's got a feature on a Ganja White Knight song. I'm pretty sure he's got a feature on a Virtual Riot song. There are a pretty good amount of them out there, actually, so. I think he's kind of like David Attenborough for me, where they just have a very calming voice and, you know, calming demeanor and talk about calming things, so. I am a fan. Don't do it. Oof. And they are so pissed. They are not executing well. Oh, block, son. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was actually pretty sick. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Didn't feel that crazy. Ooh. After seeing the replay, I was like, oh wow. That's a little spicy. Come on, 30 seconds. Let's just end it. Boys. Seconds. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, it is. By design. All part of the great dance. Love that. Love it. Nice, we get out of that. Come on, give me the boost, give me the boost, give me the boost. Oh, shoot. Play. Yeah. Pass. Close. Oh, nice! I got up so quick for this. That's awesome. Boom. Huge. Huge. Thank you. Oh boy. Come on, teammate, please play. Yeah. Ah, crap. Should have had more power on that. No. Yes. I get a good bounce. Not a good Nice. Good pass, baby. He just freaked him out. One of my buddies uses that phrase a lot. I'm freaking him out, I'm freaking him out. And it really honestly does kind of work. Just kind of make them panic, do something, stay involved and whatnot. Even if it doesn't work, it might work in terms of freaking them out. That was not a good touch. That was a good shot. Oh, shoot. Whoops. Hit there. Be there, teammate. Oh no. I wasn't really in a position where I could get to that. It was not really my fault. Scary Terry! Ha! That was. Up there. Let's go, baby. That's some good teammates tonight for once. We're all over them. Good start. This. Oh shoot. Nice. Go out. Yeah, let's go. Oh man. Should have been up there for that. Hit it, teammate. Last minute. Oh no! How did that slip through? Alright, we're good. Back in, yep. Bye-bye. Turn it back out. 30 seconds. Ooh, close. I'm playing that away from them so that they couldn't do that. I think we should be in good shape here. Yeah, especially after that. Uh-oh. Mates? Ah, they were both up at mid. Damn it, guys. Close this out. Should've done that. No? Don't do this to me. Spike the ball! Hit the ball into the ground! What are you doing flicking it up in the air? Oh my god. So frustrating. Give up 2 goals in 12 seconds. No. Go in. Nice! Let's go, baby. All right. Whew. That would have been a heartbreaker. Let's see what my rank ends up here. Still Diamond 1 too, huh? Playing pretty good games though. Rock this challenge. Boom. Give me that. I think that's the only one. Yep. Okay. 1 second here. I'm making ice again. I just realized my mic's been muted. Nice. Nailed it. I could tell that that team was a full team there. That's what I was saying. And hit some pretty decent shots that game. I could have had that last save, but that was a difficult one to read. So, you know, I take responsibility, but you know, it's somewhat understandable sometimes. Doubt my teammates would agree with me, but screw 'em. I got it, dude. Oh, alright. Yeah, play me. Freaking him out. Played in. Oh! Oh, shoot. I should not have been up there. Shouldn't have triple committed that ball. Dang it! I should be back. All part of the great dance, eh? Thanks, Alan Watts. Oh, wow. Dang it. Be there? Be there? Hit me? Yep, be there. See ya. Back down to your end, brother. Shoot. Good play. This kid's solid. Oops. Yeah, play it up, somebody. Ooh. Ooh, shoot. I had the opposite idea.
What a save!
Oh, that's open. Then. Dang it. Good work there. Ah! I was trying to just barely touch that to chip it. Oh no! Hey, no!
What a play!
You there? Crap. Up in that guy's grill, I need to give him space. Will he handle it? How did I know that that was going to go in, dude? It's so annoying. It's not that hard of a shot to block. Come on, man. You there? Yeah? Oh my goodness, what a snipe. Upper 90. Pow! Attaboy! Go in! Oh my goodness. How have they blocked all of these, man? Or all three of those, I suppose, at least. Dang it.
30 seconds left on the clock.
I wanted to go for that. I'm kind of glad I didn't. No! I thought I had that. Oh, right there. Dang it. Bummer. Nice! That was a really good pass, I'll take that.
Going to need a tune-up after that.
Well played, gents. Well played. I think we'll probably get one more game in here. Oh man, I feel like I played a lot better than my score reflects on that one. I think this ice should be just about done. I'm gonna get a refill here, play a game. If it goes well, I might play another. If it doesn't, then I'll probably call it. Tonight just flew by. Feels like a very quick stream. Mixing a beverage. I only have a half day of work tomorrow, so I can goof around a little bit. Okay. If the boys are down, I might see if we can maybe rock another squad Fortnite stream after this. We'll see. Hope everybody enjoyed the stream tonight. Will not be streaming on Friday because I'm going to the Excision concert. But we'll be back in action here soon. I promise. Go in. Ooh, nice. Nice. Oh man, he's gonna smack that. Yep, I knew it. I just tried to get in the way somehow. Should have played that differently from the very beginning. Don't worry, brother, I got that. Come on, read it, read it. Oh no. Shoot! Ah, dang it. Oh, no. Ah, no, I missed that last touch. They're all fighting over it, nobody went. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Dang it. Could have really had a nice clear there. Save. Oh, wow. Ah. Oh, nice! I was trying to hit that up in the air so maybe someone can make an aerial play on it, but hey, whatever. Oh, that's awesome. Nice. I think they're all behind me. Ooh! Probably could have made a better play than that, but I have. Fumbled it. Blocked it. Nice. Oh, good hit. That was awesome. Seconds. We just gotta hold on here. Oh, I really wanted to go up for that. Nice. That should be it. Sweet. All right. Let me see if the. I kid at 52 points. Fortnite group stream. Alright, well, I'm waiting for them to respond. I'll queue up another one. That was a good game there. I'm feeling pretty solid. I'll probably call it after that. salvage some of my rank. I thought I would. Jeez. Still 1-2. Bummer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I might have had a couple of clips from. I know I definitely got at least that build fight from Fortnite. And I think there was a shot in my first or second game here from tonight that it's clippable, clip worthy. All right, we got a full team. Full team as in they're all partied up. It looks like, or at least they have the same command tag. That's trouble. Yep. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was just a great challenge there. A lovely challenge. Down my house. Good work. Oh no. Okay. Passing it in. We did about all we could there, I think. No! Should have known that was gonna miss. I couldn't decide if I thought it was gonna miss or if it was on, so I went. Okay guys, let's not fight over the ball. Crap. Dude is just double committing everything, like 3v3, buddy. You got teammates whether you like it or not. What are you doing? Ah. Yep, I will forfeit this. I'm queuing another one because that was just really stupid. A lot of just really silly goals given up there. One more. Played with the Sinuate kid earlier and he was pretty solid. Yeah, I probably should have been there, but based on my angle, I was like, I don't think that a productive touch is very likely. Nice pass, dude. Oops.
What a save!
Dang it! Alright, I'm way off. Let him go. Ah, dang it.
Saved by the keeper.
Oh, teammate. No, just leave it. Nice. Sweet. That's it. Ah, he bumped me. Dang it. Well played. Well. Ah. Good hit. That's it. Oh boy. Nice. Get out of my face. I'm sick and tired of this team bumping me all over the place. Yes! Alright. Oh, that was ugly. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'll go out on a dub. But I really did nothing in. Still the exact same rank. Guess that's where the game thinks I belong, huh? Alright, I'm gonna rock these challenges and call it a night. Oh, yes. Interesting. Should be all of them. Sweet. Alright, ladies and gents. That's a wrap. Another Hump Day Hangout complete. Thanks for everybody for tuning in as always. Got some good plays on the night, got some dubs, and talked about some important stuff, in my opinion at least. So, Alan Watts is the man. I will not be streaming Friday. I don't know that I will be streaming again unless I do some pop-up stuff with that, which I might, until possibly next Friday. I have a sales trip next week, so I will be out of the state on both Monday and Wednesday, but we'll make up for lost time. Don't you worry. I got some plans to do some pop-up, spur of the moment streams and get some hours in still here in February. So, hope everybody has a good rest of the evening. Talk to y'all soon, and yeah, I guess that'll about do it, huh? I feel like there was one other thing I was gonna say. Oh yeah, don't forget replays are available on YouTube, and I've got clips, a steady stream of clips, getting posted up on the socials. So. Have a good evening, everybody. Talk to y'all very soon.